he's acting like a pro. Baby, let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to the Hemonds JDay Day 1 edit. There's some really cool footage here, so we're going to let it play for just a minute, and then we'll be back with the voiceover.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. No, it's your time no more. Who the f*** are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions. They block in your vision, but no, you can't listen. That shit is all vision, cause you hold the power as long as you're driven. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fight back?
Hey guys, back with the commentary now. But before we get back to it, just check this out. Robbie Marshal is the kid in front of me, and look at all the roofs he's throwing. I mean, I slow it down a little bit in this turn, but just pay attention to it. It's crazy. He is ripping, especially coming back from an injury, which we'll talk a little bit more about later.
Ryan will probably be the next JDay champion, and this is really exciting because these are all not all, but these are top GNCC kids that start on the rows ahead of you. And have you ever raced with them before?
Not on the same route. You see here, Ryan makes a little mistake, but I make sure to get out of his way because I know he's really fast and a contender to win this race. So, back to what I was saying, or what we were saying, I haven't raced with most of these people before, but, well, I have, but not on the same row like we did today. And just in the area right here, there was like a bee's nest, and when everybody was biking the course, because a lot of people ride bicycles or walk the course the day before, a ton of people got stung there.
Yeah, so that is exciting because these people, even though they race the same GNCC that you do, most of these people, you've never ridden with them before because they start ahead of you and they finish higher in the overall.
Yeah.
And this is like one of 4 races, and we're going to show you some more footage from the other races, and we're going to have a whole nother video for day 2. But in the woods, you're right with these guys.
Yeah, I was, I hate to say surprised, but I was a little bit surprised. I mean, I was keeping up with these guys good, and oh, you see that little creek jump there? So, I thought they'd be gapping me by now, but I'm right with them.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start, but we got some great bonus footage at the end of Cooper Webb, who got paid like 25 grand, not like 25 grand to come out and wait till you hear what happened. So stick to the end. We got a lot of really good footage to go over, but now we're just going to go over the race.
And this race, I said day 1 at the beginning. This is a 2-day race, and day 2 is pretty crazy. So make sure you guys subscribe and turn on notifications so you guys can see that. And right up here in 4th place, or 3rd place, Kyle goes down on the right. You see right there? I'll zoom in on it here. He goes down, and that moves me up into 4th.
Yeah, but he didn't get hurt. As a matter of fact, he's not down for the count.
Yeah, he comes right back up, and you might even see him later.
So how are you feeling right now that you are sticking with these top guys and you got them in sight?
I mean, the adrenaline's like going through me. I'm feeling great. I'm like, I've never seen the back of Ryan's jersey for so long. It's crazy.
Yeah, but that does change a little bit, and we figure out why. And oh, what happened there? That was exciting.
Yeah, Van Gosselin goes down, and Ryan gets a chance to make the pass, and the battle starts again because Van and Ryan have won every race. One of them has won every JDay this year. So, and they battle a lot, so this is kind of cool.
So, check out this jump coming up here. This is insane. Even the top pros were not doing what Ryan Amancio does here. So much respect for this kid. Amazing.
First lap coming off of 2 wrists broken.
2 broken wrists, right?
Yeah.
Check this out.
He hits 100
First of all,
foot double.
nice whip too by Van, right? Pretty impressive.
Van scrubs
100-foot double. Look at the length of his double.
And look, Ryan gets around Van because he hit the double and Van didn't.
Amazing. Matter of fact, I was watching the pro race with Cooper Webb, and these kids here were doing jumps on the extreme section here that after the top couple pros, they weren't even doing it. Matter of fact, somebody who finished 3rd overall in the pro race wasn't even doing that double jump until later in the race, and Ryan hits it first lap.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So, what happened to you on the motocross course? Well, by the way, those guys gapped you, and there you are again. You caught back up to them.
Yeah, it does seem like I got a little bit closer to them.
That's a little coincidental, though, right? Because motocross and you don't really mix as well as it does for these guys.
Yeah. So I definitely lost a lot of time on the motocross course. Like you see here, I didn't even jump that first jump. And somehow I thought this was the single, so I slowed down. Turns out it wasn't the single, it was a tabletop. I couldn't remember what was on on the other sides of the jumps. And I'm just not good at hitting the jumps. I mean, we've been doing motocross this year, and it's helping, but I still have a long way to go to keep up with these guys.
Yeah, so these guys really start to gap you a little bit here, and that was the end. Oh, what happened?
Yeah, Ryan got a little squirrely there in the same spot that I got squirrely earlier in the video, and he went hunting for squirrels in the woods.
So you cut out a little bit of the end of the first lap?
Yeah, I did cut a little bit out, but the only thing I cut out was the extreme section, and I'll show you what that's like in a little bit, because there wasn't really much battling or anything interesting going on. And there I hit the GoPro up into the sky, and you'll see I fix it in a little bit right before the extreme section.
Oh, there's your Scott goggles.
Yeah, you see those pretty looking Scott goggles?
So this is what you cut out before, but here it is. Here's a little better shot, because the other one wasn't quite as clear as this is.
Yeah, so here's the Endurocross section. It's got a couple log hops. Some of them, or most of them, I didn't feel comfortable doing. This was one of the few laps that I actually hit the first one, and you can't tell, but I cased it every single time. Yeah.
So on the left here, why does that kid pass you?
So there is a way around the extreme section if you're not ready to do it, but it takes a lot longer. The only reason that kid passed me is because he must have started around the extreme section way before I did.
Yeah, right.
So up here, I make a kind of detrimental, or pretty bad mistake. I thought that this lapper wasn't going to go into the same rut as me. I don't know why, it was really the only rut, but I tried to stay to the left and there really wasn't enough room. I slid out, ended up completely backwards, but I did get up pretty fast, so that was fine. So I lost a lot of time in this race, probably 2 to 3 seconds at least in the Endurocross section because I wasn't hitting the jumps most of the time. And on the motocross 3 to 5 seconds, or even more maybe. And that was the difference between my laps and the leader's laps. So it was, it wasn't helping me, all the jumps in here, but I will get better at them and hopefully one day I'll get with them.
Yeah, but wait for the day 2 video because that all changes and all those kids that were in front of you are all in front of you on day 2 when you start to figure it out. And it's really not fair to say you're not hitting the jumps in the Endurocross section because they weren't really jumps, they were logs and rocks. With you had to hit them with pretty much aggression, and the takeoffs weren't like a regular jump. But that doesn't mean you're even great at the jumps either. But yeah, they weren't like complete jumps. So here we are again. JDay does two races a day.
2 30-minute motos.
2 30-minute motos, yeah.
And we're at the start of Moto 2 for day 1. And I'm feeling pretty good again, keeping up with the leaders. Seeing the back of Ryan's jersey again. And I got a pretty good start, and I'm in 5th.
Yeah. So please like and subscribe. We got some really good videos coming out besides JDay. One thing, by the way, that JDay does that's really cool is they have a guy spray paint the line at the starting line every new race. So there's no questions. I mean, how many races have you been to where the kids are a foot different between how far they are, and that's really not fair. So I thought that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the conditions on not on day 2, rather on race 2 versus race 1.
In the first day.
Yeah,
so,
in the first day. Yeah.
If you look, it is so powdery and silty. Like the track is changed completely, and there's so much moon dust or silt that you can't see half the stumps that they cut out to make the trail this wide. Like, you can see how wide the trail is, so they have to cut out a lot of stumps. And the moon dust or silt is just covering them, and it got a little sketchy, but it was fine.
So I know it was super dusty in the woods because I had to change your air filter. It was bad. But if you watch this video, it doesn't look bad at all. Like, it actually looks a little bit loamy.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, I messed up there in the same spot that Ryan went looking for squirrels, and I think I saw him in a different lap also get squirrely in that spot. So it wasn't me. Well, it was me, but there was a tough rock that you couldn't see.
yeah, and I rewound the video like 3 times. I couldn't even see it, and it's enough to make all the bikes go a little crazy there.
Yeah.
So this, what was that?
Oh yeah, the GoPro got hit up into the air again because I kept hitting my head on the handlebars.
Yeah, so they're not AMA at oh, poor Ryan, he goes down again.
Yeah, pretty hard this time. I mean, I heard Jigs talking about talking about how hard Ryan went down after the race, and I'm surprised he got back up that fast. And he actually lost his shifter in this, so he was stuck in 3rd for the rest of the race.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, and we're almost done here. We're going to get to some bonus footage, and then don't forget we're going to have day 2 to show you. And again, the day 2 was a lot different. These kids that Ryder's chasing are chasing him, and I was really, really impressed with that. So stick back a couple days. We should have that one coming out soon too, and we got some other videos that you might want to check out too, comparing GNCC to JDay to National Enduro to regular hair scrambling.
Also, if you're a little confused why I went so slow down that straightaway before the tabletop, I was trying to pull a tear off and I kept missing it, but I got it off now and I can actually see. Oh yeah, here I almost get stuck in the silt. It's so bad. Like, you see how slow I'm going? It was really bad. So if you guys have made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe. In a minute we'll show you some bonus footage of Cooper Webb and maybe some other stuff. So, oh, look at this kid's visor, Trevor Harris on the right. It got completely down. He's trying to lift it up. You hear me laugh. It was funny. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked the bonus footage, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
So here's some footage of Cooper Webb battling with Robbie Marshal, and that's actually pretty far apart because wait till you see some of the other footage. They are right on each other, and it was a really good race. You know, sometimes when people race, they're not on each other. These guys were even way closer to that. That's Robbie Marshal. They even said the lead changed 6 or 7 times, and Robbie Marshal was on a 2-stroke. There's Cooper on a basically stock KTM 4-stroke, and if you listen to Cooper Webb's interview, he'll talk about how they actually used to train moto together, so they're no strangers to each other, and Robbie Marshall's no joke. But it was a very, very good race, and hats off to Cooper Webb for being a real gentleman. And you can listen to his podium speech, which I always thought was good, and we're going to have day 2 footage as well. So on the next video Ryder makes, you can see some more footage on day 2. And unfortunately for Cooper Webb, he did win this race, but he only got 3rd in the first race because there's a 2-race format at JDay, and because of that, that gave him 2nd overall for the... So please comment on this video, let us know what you thought. Thank you very much. Take care.
Yeah, Cooper!
2-time Supercross champion. Did you ever think you'd land in Maine?
Not for a JDay, no. Came here with Factory Connection back in like 2006, and we're back racing, man, and in the woods, so a lot different.
Now, tell me about that in the woods. Have you had much practice lately, or have you been really trying hard to hone those skills?
Not too much. Just kind of been riding for fun back home. I did a hair scramble like a month ago, but this was definitely a lot gnarlier. These rocks and roots and that extreme section was no joke. So tried to do the best I could in the woods, and then in the moto I felt really good. So it was fun, man. This is a blast, and it was great battle with Robbie that last one.
Bring us through that. Tell me what you're thinking, you know, because as a professional racer, we have a plan. You know, we're not just out there blind. And tell us about what you were thinking through that last lap.
Yeah, it was, my start was much better that second one. I came out 2nd, and I was just trying to follow him. You know, I knew how fast he was that first one, and just kind of followed him the first 2 laps, and then I wanted to try to get around him, and we must have passed each other 6-7 times back and forth. I was getting better in the woods, but that hill, the Caselli Hill or whatever we were calling it, just had my number all day. And he kept passing me back there, and then, man, we battled hard on the moto. Obviously, Robbie's an incredible rider, and felt like the good old days. We used to train together at south of the border, so. Man, that was a blast. That was harder than Supercross almost.
I'm glad that you had that to say about where you got that Kurt Caselli hill, because you guys would go out and you'd be in the lead and Robbie'd come back and he'd be in the lead. It'd almost be like a cartoon, you know, but that Caselli hill was tough.
Yeah, the first time I'm like, all right, I'm going to learn. Second time I'm like, what am I doing, man? So it was tough. Lappers and didn't know where to go and struggled there. But like I said, everywhere else I felt pretty good in the woods, and then had a few spots on the moto track. So, but it was a blast. Like I said, racing him and going back and forth, and with the crowd, everyone was going everywhere. So it was fun, man, and really enjoyed it. Can't wait for tomorrow.
Did you have that in your mind as far as where you were going to pass him? Did you have a section that you had planned?
I did at first, and then he picked up on it. He held those lines there with that 3rd and 4th and 5th lap, so I had to get creative, kind of reach out in the bag of tricks, you know. Felt like we were racing Supercross with all the bull turns, and like I said, he's really talented, smart guy, and I was joking, I battled him harder than I think I did Roxon in Supercross.
Nice job. I know you got a lot of people that are helping you on this effort as well as your professional career. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I want to thank the man up above. I want to thank Keith and Austin for helping me out this weekend. Red Bull KTM, Thor, Red Bull, 100%, Bell Helmets, Alpine Star, and all these fans were great today. It was such a blast, and can't wait for tomorrow, like I said.
Yeah.
For